Here's what's happening on 99.3 The Vine.
Well, this is Robin Bright with you here at 99.3 The Vine, and it is time for Wellness Wednesday. I'm here with Jane Ehrman with imagesofwellness.com. Hi, Jane. Thanks for coming back.
Hi, Robin. It's glad to be back.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. So we were talking about all sorts of things related to stress and all this stuff that kind of just weighs us down and ways we can handle it. Last time you were in. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about meditation. One of those things that we've heard about for a really long time. Some of us do it. Some of us are really familiar with it. And others, it's kind of like this weird little elusive word that maybe we're not so sure about. Tell me about some of the myths that people kind of might have in their head that stop them from using meditation as a stress reliever.
Oh, that's a great question. So, for one thing, many people think you have to stop thinking. Basically, block and blank out your mind to meditate. And the truth is, you can't stop your mind.
No.
The only people whose minds are blocked and empty are dead. And so let go of that.
We don't want to go there.
No, and that was an issue I had for a number of years. Somebody told me you have to quiet your mind completely. Another is that meditation is a religious experience, that it connects you with a higher power. And there are people who use meditation in the form of prayer as part of their spirituality or religious experience, and that's fine, but that is not the basic premise of what meditation is. So that's an option.
So it could be a piece of it, but it certainly isn't what it is.
Exactly.
All right.
Or there's the thing, it takes years to perfect. Clearly, the more regularly you do it, the more benefits. But there's good research that shows even meditating just once makes a powerful difference. It isn't about perfecting it. There's no perfection. It's a little different every time. So it's about the practice of meditation. You're practicing that form of quieting.
Okay, now you say quieting. I can't wait to hear more about that in just a minute. But are there any other myths that we're kind of stuck on?
Well, that you have to do it right. You know, that you have to sit cross-legged. You have to have your thumb and one of your fingers together, or you have to say Om, or all kinds of other things. No, there are no rights and wrongs.
You don't have to be super flexible.
No, absolutely. You can do it sitting, standing, walking. I've taught walking meditations in gardens. It doesn't matter. It's a simple practice.
So you could meditate and walk at the same time?
Yes. You can't meditate and drive at the same time. It's not safe. So if you're out there driving today,
don't operate heavy machinery, everyone.
Let's do it. Do it when you get home.
Okay.
And there's also the myth that meditation is hard. And the truth is, hey, it's breathing. Is breathing that hard?
I can do it.
I hope so. It's getting quiet. Is that hard? I mean, honestly, it may take a little work, but you can get quiet. It's about sitting in a chair and being still, or lying down. Is that hard? It can be difficult sometimes to give yourself permission to just sit and breathe and be aware of your surroundings or your breath.
Instead of cleaning up or getting the laundry done.
There's always a running list in our head of things to do. And we're a culture of doing. Everybody wants to know, well, what do you do? What are you going to do when you retire? Instead of being. And meditation is a way to just be.
I plan to sit, breathe, and be is rarely an answer people give.
Absolutely. And part of the justification that they can't do it is they have too many things to do that, I just can't justify that. And the truth is, you're more productive when you make time to do some meditation.
How long out of our day would it take?
Honestly, if you've never done it before, or if it's been a long time, you don't know about this, I'd start with 30 seconds. Set a timer and just sit quietly for 30 seconds. And for somebody who's always on the go and feeling like they can't do that quiet, it may feel like water torture. But the truth is, it just takes some practice. Your mind's going to wander if you're going to pay attention to your breath, or you're going to use a mantra like I am peaceful and calm. Within a breath or two, or a saying of that once or twice, your mind's off. When your mind goes to something else, simply say to yourself quietly, oh well, and go back to what you were doing in the meditative state. It's a form of just bringing it back without judgment.
All right. Well, so if you're just tuning in, I'm talking with Jane Ehrman of imagesofwellness.com. It's Wednesday Wellness, and we're talking about meditation. Now, you were just telling us about a bunch of the common myths that people get stuck in, just kind of stuck in their heads and they can't move past as far as trying out meditation as a form of stress relief or just being healthy mentally, what is it then? If it's not those things, what would you say if I said, hey, I think I want to try and maybe try some meditation? What does that even look like other than just breathing?
So it may be, there are many forms of meditation. I love that question. And it could be focusing on your breath. It could be doing a body scan, sitting or lying down comfortably and focusing on your toes and how they feel. Without judging them, maybe they feel comfortable, maybe they feel a little cramped, and then moving up to your feet and then your ankles and then your lower legs and up to your knees all the way up to your head. And just being aware, just aware of your body and what's happening in it. It could be that you just passively relax, just softening each part of your body. Or it can be just a word or a phrase that you use to calm yourself, to quiet yourself, to center yourself. Like, I am peaceful, I am calm. Transcendental meditation is about 15, 20 minutes of, again, a mantra, a word or a phrase, and it's just repeating it at a regular kind of pace. And when your mind wanders, it will bring it back. So it is making space to being quiet and focusing in a particular way.
Okay, that's great. And I understand that, there's a bunch of research about it too.
Oh, yes.
What's some of this research that kind of tells why and how it's so good for you?
So groundbreaking research at the Cleveland Clinic back in the late 1999, 2000, they came to recognize in their research that when you quiet your mind, that your cells and tissues actually repair themselves better and faster, that you heal faster if you're recovering from some kind of an illness or injury, and your body re-energizes itself better. On top of all that, in that quieter frame of being, your immune system rebalances itself. You need to have the right balance of protective cells that are going to look for harmful bacteria and virus and things like that and clear them out. We need that.
Right. Well, kind of like we always say, when your body is at rest, when it's sleeping, that's when it heals itself and regenerates itself. So this isn't sleeping, though. You're still conscious.
Yes, you're conscious.
But you're at rest.
But you're focused. Yeah, yes. And you're quieted. Yes.
Okay, so there's some similarities in that. Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds great. What should I do? How should I even start this?
So choose a time that works for you. People say, when should I meditate? Morning, evening, whatever your schedule allows for. Start with a few minutes. Start with a timer so you don't keep opening your eyes looking for something. You can sit or lie down, whatever is comfortable. Do it in an environment that is free of most interruptions. So the phone, the TV, any of those things, other people, pets, because pets are magnets to this stuff. They want to be all over you. And make space for this. If you want to use instrumental music, you can. I would recommend something that you're not familiar with, something that's kind of like la-la. Because as soon as you go into Canon D, you start thinking about the concert you went to where they played that, or now you're off focus.
So almost something like when you go get a massage or you're at the spa and it's just sort of like peaceful music, but nothing you'd be like, oh yeah, I love this jam.
Right, exactly. That's not a time to meditate for it. Yes, exactly.
All right, what else do I need to know for if I want to start a meditation practice?
Choose something simple. Start with just paying attention to your breath or doing a body scan of it's not a search and destroy mission. It's just moving through, focusing on the parts of your body and how they feel, or softening your body so that it's more comfortable and soft. Do one of those, or use a mantra that you find calming. Any of those things, or guided imagery. Certainly, there are all kinds of apps, and I have an audio library on my website where you can be guided. It's my voice. There's wonderful instrumental music underneath, and I guide you through an experience that's peaceful.
Oh, how nice. And that'll be at imagesofwellness.com.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, what are some things that people find difficult about it that make it not hard, but that people see as being hard or difficult?
It's making that time for it. There's this argument oftentimes going in our heads saying we don't have time for this right now. We have so many things that have to get done. And you're feeling rattled about those things. That's actually the best time to say, let me just do 1 minute of just sitting here and breathing in through my nose and exhaling from my mouth and just being still for 10 breaths or for 30 seconds or 1 minute, just to cool your jets. That's a good way to start. Then build yourself up to 5 minutes and 10 minutes, maybe an optimal 20 minutes. And if you really want to go Zen, do it 20 minutes twice a day. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Now I assume the longer periods that you do this, you might experience better or more health benefits.
Yes, absolutely. We know that even for a newbie at this, it's going to help normalize your heart rate or deeper your respirations, reduce muscle tension, and help balance the immune system. But on top of that, if you are experiencing some health issues and discomfort or pain, that meditation can absolutely help you increase your level of comfort.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Are there different types? You mentioned walking meditation, laying down, guided meditation. What are some other different types that we might look into?
Well, I mentioned the mindfulness, and we talked more about that last time, and I'll speak more about it in the future. Mindfulness is just paying attention to one thing. Or the guided imagery. It's purposeful daydreaming. It's using your imagination at its best.
Purposeful daydreaming. I love it. This is wonderful.
And, that's part of what imagery is. There's a loving kindness meditation, and actually that's what I have planned for February 14th.
Oh, perfect. That sounds really appropriate. Well, I can't wait to talk to you about, we've got every Wednesday, so we can talk about a lot of these different things as we go. We're focusing on wellness, but a lot of mental health and certainly strategies, I'm assuming we'll be talking about.
Yes.
So I think we could revisit this, certainly, have a little part 2 as well. Any last little bits about meditation you'd like to leave us with today?
Well, some people may be out there saying, I'll try it. Well, listen to this. Do you get into your car and say, well, I'll try to get to the store? No. You put the key in the ignition or you press the button and you go to the store. Trying is a half attempt. Just do it.
You sound like Yoda there. There is no try.
There is no try. It's do.
Well, that sounds great. So I've been speaking with Jane Ehrman. Her website is imagesofwellness.com. You can get all sorts of great information about meditation, among other things, if you want to go check it out. And Jane, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for joining me for Wellness Wednesday.
You're welcome, Robin.
Oh, great. Well, I can't wait till next week. Thanks again for all these great meditation tips. I just might have to try it tonight.
I hope. Try? You're going to try?
Oh, I might have to do it tonight. Excuse me. You're right. You just got me on that one.
99.3 The Vine is proudly owned and operated locally by Wind Down Media.